Hey guys, and I am back. Um, this is actually one of the few times I'm recording at night, so you're going to see a little bit of blooming on the camera because it's exaggerating the light coming from the television. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, this television does have some blooming, but it's made a whole lot worse by the camera, and that's just the way this. I'm recording on a cell phone camera, so that's the way it is. So, having gotten that out of the way, I just wanted to make a video. Actually, one that I've been wanting to make for a while, as far as my impressions of the PlayStation 4 Pro. Now, I say impressions because I'm not a professional reviewer. I don't have all the information that a professional reviewer has. I've got the games that I play that I like and how they perform on my television and on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So getting that out of the way, I want to dive in and let you know that it's a competent, it's a nice little console. It's a nice upgrade from the PlayStation, the baseline PlayStation. But I'll say this, it isn't, on the television that I have, it isn't a huge leap that I was hoping for, much unlike the Xbox One X. What I do get a feeling that I've gotten my PlayStation 4 back. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when I went to with a higher or a larger television and I played video games on my older PlayStation, they seem to be blown out and fuzzy and blurry. And that's not a bad thing. That's what you want a 4K television to do, to make you feel like there's a need for 4K content. Because if your content looks the same on your 4K as it did on your regular 1080p display, then what was the point of getting it? So basically my television was telling me that, hey, this television, this 4K television you have requires 4K content to really be enjoyed, and because you got so much more display area right now, your pixels are being blown up and they're being blown out. So having said that, now that I've got the PlayStation 4 Pro, I feel like everything is kind of back to normal in a way. Maybe with some slight increase in image quality, because there is the qualitative, the objective qualitative increase in overall pixels and overall detail. Your pixels per, or your dot per your DPI is probably close to the same. A typical 1440 image is gonna offer you an increase in pixel that's pretty analogous or pretty comparable to the increase in space that you get from a 75, going from a 55 to a 75, I should say. So basically, that's what you're getting. But what you're also getting is an increase in size, which creates a greater amount of immersion. You get better colors, you get more brightness, and you get more detail overall. You don't get an increase in DPI and dots per inch, so you don't get more sharpness per inch, but you get overall more detail because now the mosaic that the image is made up of has a greater amount of pieces. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm conveying myself as well as I need to be, but hopefully that gets the message across. So it is quantitatively, it is an increase in quality, but it's not like with the Xbox One X that takes it to the next level, and I'll explain when I make that video about my Xbox One X Scorpio Edition, Project Scorpio Edition, I should say. Anyways, having said that, I am having fun with it, and one of the things I realized is that I'm not going to say I've got an extensive library of PlayStation 4 games, but I think I'm right around the 25 mark, and I'm not entirely sure if that includes my indie titles that I've gotten, that I've done a digital download on, because you can't really go and get something like Flower or I think what is it, Dear Esther, and there may be a couple of other, I think not Stranger Things, I'm sorry, Life is Strange. I'm not entirely sure if that one is out on disc or not, but it's a title that I downloaded. So independent of those, I think I'm hovering right around 25 titles. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of those titles are not optimized for the PlayStation 4 Pro. And given that this console released in the fall of 2016 and we're in late winter of 2018, I would have hoped that we would have gotten more support for it than what we've got now. So having said that, I believe the PlayStation 4 Pro is more about, it's more forward thinking, it's more about the games in the future than it is about taking all the games from the past and optimizing. And believe it or not, even though the Xbox One X, and I'll do, again, a dedicated review of the Xbox One X, even though the Xbox One X just came out, it seemed like the vast majority, or actually all of the games that I got for the Xbox One X, whether they were used or brand new, new or old, all the ones that I've got were, with the exception of Zoo Tycoon, and I think I got the wrong version of it, so I may go back and trade that in. But with the exception of Zoo Tycoon, they were all 4K enhanced. Whether they achieve 4K or not, that's a whole different story. But there's a visual enhancement to absolutely all of them, so you feel like you're getting the most out of it. Which for me, it's a little counterintuitive because Sony's got a year head start. Now, again, it's not, even though it may not perform as well as the Xbox One X, I found it a necessity. A console I wasn't going to get initially because I thought, well, I'm going to opt with the Xbox One X. It's going to give me the best performance on third-party titles, plus that 4K Blu-ray. So overall, it's going to be a better deal, I thought. Well, turns out, because of the size of the television and the necessity for 4K content or higher than 1080p content, it was an absolute, I found it to be a necessity to truly enjoy the video games. And now going back to the slight dearth of 4K optimized offerings in the back catalog of Sony, again, they're forward thinking. It's a forward thinking console because we're going to have a lot. And off the top of my head, I can count 7 titles that I'm looking forward to playing on the PlayStation 4, which I absolutely want to play at the greatest quality possible. And I'll tell you right now, this television and this PlayStation 4 Pro, if there's one game that can surmise why I got these both, is Spider-Man. I absolutely loved Spider-Man on the, I believe it was PlayStation 2 that I was playing it on, and I thought to myself, if they ever made one for the PlayStation 3, which they had, and I didn't play it because I skipped that I skipped the 7th generation of consoles, it would be just like the movie. So when I got the PlayStation 4 and realized that these games are going to be 1080p, I thought, well, this will be absolutely amazing because it'll truly be like the movie. No excuses now. It's just going to be an incredible experience. And then I get this 4K television because I felt like I absolutely need to make the jump to 4K. Sometimes you get to a certain age and you think to yourself, what am I holding back on? And this is just something I want to start living. And so I went ahead and made the decision. I just really couldn't wait any longer. And you get to a point where it doesn't matter if there's something nicer right around the corner. You just want to get what you want to get. So I'm very much looking forward to all the things that Sony has to offer here in the next 24 months, 18 to 24 months. I'll give you guys a brief countdown of the things I'm looking forward to. Obviously, I mentioned Spider-Man, but we've got God of War 4 coming, or Dad of War. Very much looking forward to that. Funny thing was that me and my girlfriend were talking to a friend of her son about the games we liked, and he said, "Oh, you'd love God of War," and looked at her. I'm like, I'm not so sure. And we played some gameplay, or we saw some gameplay of it on YouTube. And sure enough, it's kind of infantile and juvenile, and story elements just aren't that captivating. Not to mention the visuals aren't exactly on our level. We tend to be real sticklers for graphics, even though we're console gamers. But ironically enough, this new God of War seems to be a huge heavy hitter when it comes to narrative, story, emotional weight, and even the visuals seem to be absolutely outstanding. So we're very much looking forward to that. So then you've got Days Gone, which seems to be like an open world version. To me, it feels a lot like an open world version of The Last of Us, which we're looking forward to as well. The Last of Us Part 2. So those are 4 titles right there. You got Ghost of Tsushima, you've got Detroit Become Human, and then you've got Death Stranding. I'm pretty sure The Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding are going to be either mid or a fall 2019 titles. So we're not getting our hopes up for that. But still 7 heavy hitting, very graphically intense, narratively intense exclusives from Sony. It's a lot to look forward to. So we're very, very happy with the promise of the PlayStation 4 Pro, and we're very much looking forward to that. So you guys feel free to comment. I know I'm making a few more videos. Anyways, listen, I actually want to thank you guys. I didn't expect to have this many views so early on, and I know that with the unboxing video, that's something that so many people are doing, but so many people watch. It's kind of like cat videos or puppy videos or pimple popping videos. People just love unboxing videos. So that one I expected. Plus, it was sometime around Christmas that I put it out, and I know that's when people are looking for products. This time of year, people really aren't. You almost have to have a following. So I just want to appreciate or show my appreciation for all the views. I know that I put out a video, what was it, less than a week ago, right around a week ago, about a television roundup that was very specific. And I've gotten well over 120, 130 views on that by now, I think. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys that are watching. And feel free to comment. I'm very, very small right now. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers. I think I've got 6. So if you guys like my content, by all means subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And I'm actually going to be making another video here in a second. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll try to give you a little something different instead of AC Origins like I have been. I'm going to make another one about the Xbox One X. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.